The Who Would Win of the Week this week is Gonzo from the Muppets versus Post Malone. Bit of a human Muppet himself. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. I mean, I
Shout
like
out
Post
Posty.
Malone. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's got some good tunes.
Mm-hmm.
I would say every year since like 2000.
Me and Posty, 1 degree of separation. I'll tell you that story offline.
Okay, sounds pretty good. It's a nice little tease for the people that you'll never hear the conclusion to. Gonzo and I, couple degrees of separation. I wish it was less. God, I wish it was less. Gonzo, I wish there were 0 degrees of separation between us.
Whoa.
I love Gonzo. Gonzo's probably my favorite Muppet.
You want to take Gonzo horseback riding, eh?
Yeah. Let me get on that nose. This is just Gonzo's nose. That's all. You know Gonzo's got the nose?
Yeah, no, I know.
All right. Whatever. I identify the most with Kermit, although I do kind of identify with Gonzo because, I mean...
You got a Gonzo thing going on up here.
I look very much like Gonzo today.
You should do.
I'm kind of aging like Gonzo. I've got to admit.
Gonzo as a Halloween costume.
I would. It'd be okay.
I got a notification on my phone the other day. One more time out on the Who Would Win of the Week. Fuck, dude. Wait, let me see if I can pull it up.
Lord.
No, stop. Don't do this.
Well, you don't do this. You gotta. You can look something up, but you have to keep things going as well.
No.
Because what happens is
Buddy Check and Sunny Day Halloween costumes from Backyard Hockey.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It was a reminder we set a while back.
Great Halloween costumes.
Yeah, on 9/1/25. So almost exactly a year ago today.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Gonzo. So I was watching the Muppet movie before you came, and one of the reasons I think I identify with Gonzo is there was a scene literally right before you walked in where they're at this carnival, and Richard Pryor shows up as this guy selling balloons, and Gonzo is with his girlfriend who is a chicken named Camilla. I don't know if you know that.
Didn't.
Yeah, and
Oh yeah, your wife can be Camilla the chicken.
I don't think she'd like that.
Okay.
She'd be great at it. It'd be a great costume, but anyways. So Gonzo's like, I'll buy you a balloon. What color balloon do you want? And the guy selling the balloons is like, you know what you should do is get all the balloons. You know, because the women, they go crazy for that. And Gonzo's like, that's so smart. Thank you so much for saying that to me. And that's exactly who I am. I'm like, this balloon guy's a genius. So he's naive. But he's also basically indestructible. He's a hard worker. He starts off as a plumber before he gets into show business.
So I agree with the fact that Gonzo is basically indestructible. But the problem that I run into, as you know, when it's humans versus Muppets, is Post Malone is a human and Gonzo is a Muppet.
Yeah, I guess that's a good
Now,
point.
this is not supposed to be disrespectful to Post Malone. And I don't know this for fact. But I get the feeling that Post Malone, although very, smart when it comes to ELA,
English language arts?
Yes.
Okay.
He might just overall not be the brightest individual.
I think that's all. I think he's just having too good a time, to worry about all that stuff.
Well, yeah, but I think that still factors.
But if he's not bright, I mean, I would say at minimum, he and Gonzo have the same level of
intelligence,
essentially, because they're both like, I would say, high social intelligence, but maybe not the most book smart, to your point. At least certainly Gonzo. I don't, it'd be tough because this is another situation where I'm like, man, these guys would just really like each other, I think. But they have to fight.
If Post Malone was going to hang out with one Muppet,
yeah,
Gonzo's probably.
I wish we could see that.
He's probably up there, dude. I'm not. There's probably a crossover out there.
I don't know if there is yet. I mean, the whole thing, like the Muppets' whole shit is celebrity cameos.
Yeah,
it's such a big part of their brand. But I don't think Post Malone.
I think Posty's been on the Muppets.
Well, they haven't done they've done so many variations of the Muppet Show in like very recent years that I don't know if there was exactly an opportunity for Post Malone to do the crossover. Maybe he's been on Sesame Street.
He has confirmed been on Sesame Street.
Yeah, but I don't think he's done with the OG with the no offense, but the real Muppets. I
Yeah.
mean, the Sesame
Yeah,
Street
yeah,
characters are Muppets, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're not Kermit, Gonzo, Piggy, Scooter, Fozzie,
Beaker.
Beaker, Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, But gosh, so unfortunately, these two great friends have to fight each
They
other.
have to
They
come to
don't have a
blows.
choice. It's got to come fist to fist.
It's a Joker scenario. Hey guys, we need. We have open position available on our team, but it's only one open position.
Yeah.
And we throw a broken pool cue in between the two.
Yeah.
And we see what happens.
They have to do it.
I
think because of Gonzo's
lack
nose
of
is a lot.
size and bones.
Well, I mean, the lack of bones, don't get me wrong, but I think Gonzo's nose is a liability because you grab hold of that thing.
Oh yeah, you're slinging him around.
Boom, boom, boom. And I think
You could
Post
use him
Malone,
like a helicopter.
I think Post Malone would be a great softball pitcher.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think he could really toss Gonzo around
Yeah.
by the nose.
I'm taking Post Malone again.
I have to take Post Malone too, and they don't want to do this. And I love Gonzo, but I think there are people out there who Gonzo could beat, but I just think Post Malone is not one of them. When these two do inevitably have to come.
Yeah. I'm
blows.
taking Posty. Vote on that on Instagram on Friday. Who would win of the week? Gonzo from the Muppets versus Post Malone.
I would love to hear, how
A song together.
a song together,
Mm-hmm.
even if just Gonzo. You know how they did like the Muppets Christmas Carol and stuff, like Muppet
Yeah.
covers of songs.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to get a Gonzo covering a Post Malone song. My question to you is, which one would Gonzo be best at?
Ooh, I fall apart. I'd love to hear Gonzo get deep.
Yeah, I think that could be good. I think he'd be really good at that. That might be the one.
Yeah. That's the first Post Malone song that came to my head.
I think that he would be. I think that Gonzo could feature on. What's that song? Congratulations.
Now they always say congratulations.
I think he could. I think he could feature on that song, but I don't think that Gonzo could carry the hook of that, and it would be as catchy.
Curious. Let's see.
Sunflower.
Oh,
I think
Sunflower's
could
a
be
good one.
good.
Sunflower.
But whatever one you said first, I think that's probably the best one for Gonzo.
I'm
For Gonzo's
falling
range.
apart.
Yeah, I think for Gonzo's range, that's probably the best one.
Yeah.
I think he could really get that home emotionally.
Vote on that on Friday on Instagram.